everyone kind of goes, because there are a couple counties there, and that one in particular, that are not doing well internally at all.
Well, it was well organized. It was a good meeting. You know, the way it moved along really well. Specific groups of the county officials attended related breakout sessions, and we went on a tour of the crop dusting company, and like the other two commissioners have talked about. They did a walking tour of the museum buildings, and it was really cool because they had docents at each site who gave a history of each building. And like on the jail, they did the story about the lady who killed her mother and put her in a trunk in back shed. It was quite a story.
She was getting government assistance and didn't want to lose it.
Didn't want to lose it. So
I've heard of those stories before.
So
and then the smell finally caught up.
And it was like more of a Halloween story, I guess. But
Horror story.
Yeah, something. But I guess she ended up in prison. But figured
she started the same place there.
Yeah.
And got transferred apparently.
It was amazing. But there were some interesting stories about the history of the county. One thing, during lunch, the junior high choir performed, and it was followed by a short business meeting and drawings for door prizes. So.
And I forgot to mention, they must have knew something about us on door prizes because we left with all the alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, we're being recorded.
I mean, we didn't touch any of it, but that's what we all won, so it's there. It will be in the minutes, I'm sure.
Okay, well, Saturday I spent the day catching up, doing chores around the house, and I'll have you know, the rain happened because I washed all the windows.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, so there you go.
Thank you. Keep washing them.
Yeah, that was quite a chore. It was a beautiful day, so.
We'll remember that come July.
Yeah, okay. I'll go.
I was just going to say, all those beeps and stuff can't be for wildfires, I hope.
Structure fire.
Okay, then did some shopping for Thanksgiving dinner. My daughter's coming in tomorrow for a week, which is really great. Yeah. And then we watched the K-State KU game, and it really was a nail biter. My blood pressure went up too. It's like,
That's good for you. Get your heart.
Yeah, get you going. It's good. Sunday, I played with the Bell Choir Church in the morning and then caught up on county business for today's meeting in the afternoon. So that's it for me.
Great for business features. First item, need a motion to approve Riley County CFP project amendment form for the roof replacement at the LEC in the amount of an additional $4,000 for its total project cost of $404,000.
The only question I have is why that wasn't in the original bid. You know, nobody caught it until.
No, it was in the original bid.
Yeah.
It was an ad. It was an ad.
Just an
If you look
ad.
at the bid form, it was an ad
It was so you could do
to see how much money we had.
Oh, was that?
I'm
Okay.
guessing.
Basically, we're doing both. Yeah, John explained it to me. We're doing both parts of the roof instead of phase one and phase two.
Oh,
It's just now that we're doing the phase two, it's just only $4,000 higher to get both of them done.
Yeah.
And I would suggest going ahead and doing that because that second phase isn't going to get any cheaper.
Yep.
So.
well, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And it probably makes more sense, and I would guess change order wise, it'll save us some money by doing both of them at the same time rather than segregating.
Yep.
Somebody else having to move in next year.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's good.
Well,
So,
good. That was
yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Yep,
it's
that's what it was.
$4,000 extra, but I tend to think along the way we're gonna kind of make up the difference. from that.
4,000 extra for additional work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't remember the history of it.
Yeah, I asked a few questions about that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Okay.
the deal is we're gonna have to replace both ends of it anyway at some point in time, so it just makes sense. So, okay. I'll go ahead then and make a motion to approve the additional $4,000 to amend project 23-23 LEC 001.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the addition of $4,000 to amend the project 23-23 LEC 001. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Sure, please sign.
That's it.
That's it. See how easy it is to spend 404,000?
I was looking at that. Oh,
Oh,
That
that's
was just the change order, the contract that we locked out in a couple of days.
okay.
Next, I need a motion to approve agreement with Riley Construction Company, Inc. for the Riley County Fire District Number 1, Ashland Bottom Station 102 in the amount of $199,200.
We're actually here finally. It's only been like 3.5 years.
The land was purchased before I started.
Yeah.
10 or 3 years.
Yeah. It's been 3.5 years. A pandemic, all kinds of stuff in the midst of all that. All right, you will make a motion to go ahead and sign the contract with Riley Construction for Riley County Fire District Number 1's 102 station at Ashland Bottoms.
Second.
So moved and seconded to sign the contract with Raleigh Construction for the Ashland Bottoms Fire Station. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There's multiple tabs that go multiple directions. Catherine, so
Is it just me or do we all do
it's
this?
just you. Chair, please.
Don't you wish you had a stand?
No, that's okay.
That's because you guys sit there and conspire, that's all.
I get and practice my handwriting.
It's not like you're gonna write a book or anything.
Well, you never know. Oh, book signing? Okay, wait a minute.
Not me, I'm gonna stamp.
Okay, this,
I'm like well wishes or something on you. I don't see myself writing a book either. I'm not gonna be that important.
That's pretty interesting that that guy said, I guess I knew there were those services, but how you can hire a company, they come and talk to you for like so much time and then they'll write the book on your behalf.
yeah, I heard about that.
He would be a good one to get a story
that
from.
book would- Yeah, that book would be good.
It would be.
Me, they'd be asleep by hour one.
His last one just got everyone. He was so serious about missing his wife that passed. I found someone else. Everyone's about in tears, you know.
Everybody's jaw just literally drops.
When I see you, I'll have to tell you I found someone else.
He was
on him.
he was really. Well, that's funny.
I like the Helen Brown.
Yeah,
He told so many, I can't even remember.
that one Brown.
So, better check them. I think I got them.
Yeah. Next, commissioners need a motion to approve the proclamation for Small Business Saturday, November 25th, 2023.
Go ahead and make the motion to sign the proclamation for Small Business Saturday, 2023.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to sign the small business proclamation for the Small Business Saturday, November 25th, 2023. All in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
I remember something on that day. It's my anniversary, so I can't forget the time. It may not bode well for the next
You
anniversary.
need a sticky note.
Might mean you might not have the next anniversary. Just make sure you spend it at a small business and you can go 2 birds with one stone.
34.
34.
She's put up with you that long.
I was gonna say, can you believe anyone could do that? That's how tough a woman she is. That's for sure.
Impressive.
That is impressive. That is impressive. I know who I am.
It's a good start.
It's kind of neat now, you know, you go to the weddings and you're one of the last couples that's up there, you know? And then always someone like Greg beat you out.
48.
48, my goodness.
Next, commission need a motion on tax roll correction.
That one put back on the tax roll.
Yeah.
That was good.
Is that one of the tax roll, sales things?
It was a transfer. It was a transfer.
Okay, just a transfer.
The city, on the city shop property south of Fort Lauderdale, part of it sold, I can't help you.
Oh, okay. Dragon tree sale, let's see. That's good.
Oh, Howie's, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha,
That's not good.
gotcha.
Hmm.
Then I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve both of the tax roll corrections.
Second.
So moved and seconded to approve both of the tax roll corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair, please sign. Thanks, Anna. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
Gobble, gobble.
Safe travel.
Thank you.
You drive, you don't fly, do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna drive. Although,
Drive the thing, although it sounds like flying would be a challenge this week.
Yeah, it does sound like flying's quite a challenge right now.
cheaper, a lot cheaper, although gas came down quite a bit.
Yeah, I saw $2.99 down today.
It was,
But I got a deal for like 30 or 40 cents off too, so I'll be able to refill when I get back pretty cheap. If it stays there the next week, who knows?
Next, I need commissioners to sign Riley County personnel action forms for Maria Green, new hire as the election board worker. And Trina Trimble, new hire as need election worker, and Darren Hoffman, new hire as need volunteer firefighter staff.
All right.
And commissioners, you've already made the motion to certify the election. I just have the certification pages for all of you to sign, please.
You get us a copy of the.
Can.
Yeah. In the meantime, do we have any changes to the minutes? No, I didn't have anything. Okay. I go ahead and make the motion that we approve the minutes as written in from the November 16th meeting in the Riley County Commission.
second.
So moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the November 16th meeting. All in favor? Aye.
Send your agendas, okay, commissioners?
I will be zooming in, yeah, either from the executive Hardin County's office or the adjacent conference room apparently, but I will only be here till about 9:30. Okay, so if you have anything important, schedule it before that.
Any items for next week's press conference, commissioners?
Okay.
Okay, it is time for Julie Gibbs. Thanks, Michelle.
And I will make a motion that we recess as the Board of County Commission and then reconvene as the Board of County Health.
Second.
So moved and seconded to recess as the Board of County Commissioners and reconvene as the Board of County Health. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Correct. Good morning. Julie Gibbs with the Health Department. I'm here to give you an update on Jenny's progress as our community health educator, part-time community health educator, and also to show you the budget that Brittany's come up with for next year to propose that to you and hopefully gain approval to keep Jenny on for another year. So first is her, you already know the background on this. So I'm going to show you her. That I did not, because it's not here. Oh, is it down? Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You got something from
Long
Dr. Ruffin,
ways.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a long ways on that one.
Is it a ways down?
Oh, yeah.
It's actually, it's page 71. It's
Okay.
close.
Up there.
You passed.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. So that's what I present. So she started with us at the end of September. So we had that week of orientation. So really the bulk of her work was done in October and until now. So she had about a month and a half of work done, and she's done a lot in that month and a half. So her main goal was to increase awareness and knowledge about the opioid and in substance use prevention, focusing on these areas: Manhattan, Red County, Potawatomi County, Geary County, and Wamego. She set up presentations in each school district, has set up presentations and updates with all of the commissions, and set up film showings in each county. So those were her deliverables, those were her goals, and she accomplished all of those goals. So these are her achievements for this quarter. She has met with all commissioners in each county, met with the city manager in Junction City, met with one of the city commissioners in Junction to discuss partnering on a project that they have on fentanyl with United Way funds. Met with administration at all of the schools basically in our region. So Onega, Wamego, Rock Creek, St. Mary's, USD 383, 84, and 378 in Junction City. Met with the Safe Kids of Pot County. She actually attended a meeting with them in October. And has connected with Safe Kids of Riley County and will meet with them at their next meeting in December. She has set dates to show films in all 3 counties. And she's reached out to chambers in all 3 counties. She actually met with Wamego's chamber last week. And she's also reached out to Kansa staff to set up a meeting to educate on prevention. So she's been attending all of our substance use task force meetings and connected with one of the Kansa staff through one of those meetings. Her challenges are somewhat similar to what our previous community health educator went through. So getting a hold of people via phone, she's found she's been more successful with the email. So for whatever reason, they'd rather do email communication. Enough time to get everything done. She's only had 20 hours a week for a couple of months. So just needing more time. Scheduling in schools can be challenging with their current curriculums already set. So she's had to be pushed to next semester with some of the schools. But she has had success at least connecting with them. So she's developed partnerships with someone in each school. Upcoming event, she will present to Manhattan High School health classes on the 29th of this month and in the spring if approved. She will show the film in Manhattan on the 27th of this month and show the film in Junction City on the 29th and Wamego in the spring if approved. And she will attend the Safe Kids of Riley County meeting on December 5th. And then the next chart just shows for her presentations. She has not shown the film yet, but these are all the places that she's presented to and the people in attendance. I did not have a chance to update on the city county joint meeting from last week as I had already submitted this, but there are about 20 or so, I think, in attendance there. So she's already presented to a total of 730 people, 2 schools and 5 groups. And then these are all of the trainings and meetings that she's attended so far. Now, some of these groups she was already involved with before she came on with us, so she's continuing to meet with them on her own time. Same with the training. Some of these trainings she just wants to do on her own. The one training that we did budget for and pay for was the Kansas Prevention Conference in Wichita in October. So she did attend that for us. And that's it on her accomplishments. Any questions on any of that?
Quite a bit of work in it.
Yeah, she's really been busy.
She's a go-getter. She is. Her hours, I asked her to keep track of her hours in each county. So it's, so far she's spent 63 hours in Riley County, 42 in Geary, and 57 in Pot County. And then this is what Brittany has come up with for next year, if she were to continue on. So again, the main goal is to decrease the abuse and misuse of substances in the Wildcat region, focusing on each community with substance prevention. She has her presentation that she's been giving in all the schools, and we're looking to expand even into middle schools, into different community groups. Our 2023 goal was to expand the presentation in each school district, and I think she's definitely met that goal. And then continue to show the movie in each county. So, and she set up movie dates with all 3 counties. So she's accomplished that goal. And we want to continue doing that, of course, this next year. So our goal is to, for this next year, again, to expand on those presentations, but also to be showing the film showings more often, hopefully 2 or 3 times a month. So what we came up with for a regular part-time position with benefits, salary benefits and cell phone usage is a little over $28,000 for the next year. Marketing, we reduced down to $12,000. We had a little too much, I think, for this time for the 2 months. We thought we were going to be doing a lot more marketing, and what we found was that we can actually do quite a bit with a smaller amount of money. So $1,000 per month should get us to where we need to be. And that will be marketing for not only her films, but also to raise awareness in the community through just our regular marketing stuff that you see like nationally. Conference and travel, a lot of this is her travel for mileage between the counties, and then also for some conferences. She did attend the prevention conference in October, which is an annual conference. So I'd like for her to attend that again this next October 2024. There's also a stimulant conference in Kansas City in November that I'd like for her to attend to. So for those 2 conferences and for her travel just between counties, we estimate $7,000 for the next year. And then for rentals, to show the film in the communities more often, like I said, 2 to 3 times per month, we estimate about $6,000 for that for the next year. So that would bring us to a total of $53,113.07. And we'll continue to,
No, go ahead.
We'll continue to have her document her hours so that we can see how many hours are spent in each county. She's done a nice job of that, along with documenting all of her presentations, where she gives her presentations and how many are in attendance.
Not a question, but all participating entities have submitted their portion rather cooperatively. Geary County has not. We gave them an invoice there demanding for a more detailed invoice. Ours is plenty detailed. They got what they got. They'll either decide to participate or not. Is how I direct the staff for this year. Mm-hmm.
So that was my question, is that everyone, I know last time you talked to a couple of them, there's still a couple, but everybody's kind of agreed to it for next year.
Yeah.
Good.
I think they're starting to see the progress that she's making, and they're feeling more comfortable with it. So,
And all the other
once they meet her and see her drive,
Yeah, she's,
they
she really,
would have to see the value.
yeah.
she is a go-getter. She's
Yeah.
really amazing. She's covered that much territory in the short time.
Right. Yeah. She's very passionate. Yeah, she's good.
So if Geary County does not contribute, then the rest of the cost goes back to the other entities?
Yeah, and we'll at some point just quit giving those services to them if they don't want to participate. Correct. But yeah, they've got it was a invoice that Brittany developed, and it was detailed, but being more demanding. The invoice is the invoice. The others contributed right up front, no problem at all. So
Okay.
it is how it is, and staff's been instructed. We gave them one. If they want to participate, they can choose to or not.
Now, are you giving this presentation to the other counties too?
So I'll share this with, or I've already actually shared this with the 2 health department directors, Leslie and Mary Jo. So they'll deliver it to their commission. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it wasn't Mary Jo that's being difficult, by the way, in Gary
Yeah.
County, their health department director, it's not Mary Jo.
And this contact with them.
And this amount goes through the end of 24.
Yes.
This is what I'm mentioning.
All of us existing public entities are getting enough opioid funding, and it'll continue for, I forget how many years we're getting it, it's a long time. But
I think 15 at least.
we have more than enough, and I knew with Jenny's involvement, Commissioner Waxman, and be sure that Pot County was readily, because they initially balked at how much and said how much they're going to give us. Well, Mr. Waxman was sure that they participated in full. And like I said, when we had that initial meeting, Ron Fear come up here and said, just let me know, we'll get it done. So they're more than willing to participate in this and keep it going. Between the city and us, we have enough money to keep it going for a long time
With the
at no cost to the taxpayers through ad valorem taxes.
Yeah.
Which I think is important to remember. We're getting this funding from outside sources, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'd like to see her continue with only what she's doing. So we need a motion to approve.
Nothing really to approve. It's just motion to,
Recommend the prevention code.
oh, yeah.
Okay, there isn't a motion. Okay.
Anything else, Julie?
No.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate the report.
Yeah, thank you.
So Jenny, good work.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will, sure. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Have a good one. Next, commissioners, we have press conference at 9:30.
Went go to Salina. When it was been Saturday. Saw 4 deer carcasses along I-70.
Yeah, they're really out there really thick.
That time of the year.
I got 3 in my freezer. My son got a buck this weekend, so it's part of half of my weekend processing the deer
Oh,
for my son, so.
And there was one. He's got no direction of stopping. There was one out in the median. There's a buck. Rack on it. Somebody else out there. I don't know if he was trying to figure out how to get that rack out. or something.
Probably.
Because it was his car wasn't, it wasn't him, it's the car,
Uh-huh.
and the car wasn't damaged. I think he's out there. He saw that rack out there, and was trying to see what he could do.
Yeah,
Need to make a motion,
do.
make a motion that we recess as the Board of County Health and then reconvene as the Board of the County Commission.
Second.
So moved and seconded that we recess as the Board of Health and reconvene as the Board of County Commissioners. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
How are you?
Hi, you know, Rick Fargo, County Clerk. Pete Price. Pete, nice to meet you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. After 9:30. Thanks. All right. Good. So when the cats play again, male cats.
Wednesday night, I think.
Really?
Somebody plays Wednesday. Which ones? Well, no, because, yeah, let's see then, because women are going to some Florida tournament
Are they?
that weekend. Yeah, men play Wednesday night. Well, those county meetings, you got the clerks, you kind of discussed, like, we kind of discussed.
At the Northeast?
Yeah,
Yeah, we actually, the Secretary of State's office, their head guy, Brian Caskey, always comes and we talk about election, how the election went and upcoming
yeah,
legislation.
discuss it, you know.
Yeah, every year, they always have secretary, it's a business type meeting.
Well, that's what about the other ones. For us, they just give us the tour.
Yeah, yeah. I know sometimes commissioners, they used to in the past kind of do the same thing, have a speaker come in from the state or something, or KAC used to every once in a while. It's all depends on whoever organizes it, the county, to line all that up. But yeah, we've always had the Secretary of State's office come and talk about work stuff.
Like I say, last year's that was interesting.
Would have been. I'd have enjoyed your tour this year too. That would have been neat. That would have been neat.
And there's another disgusting thing. Yeah, we talked about other counties. We're not gonna put it on record, but there was one discussing some stuff on our. Not so I thought. You not know any.
Oh man, that one there, they are having some bull.
Nice. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
Say the least.
No Wednesday, let's see how.
So I'm curious, is the county being impacted by the state court cybersecurity mess?
Oh, yeah. I mean, county attorney's
The county
office,
attorney's office.
courts, yeah, courts department and. Yeah. Well,
Trying to
and
keep stuff.
us as
yeah,
well.
thanks.
I mean, for background checks. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, that's shut down.
What a mess.
It is a mess.
What one of my business stuff.
Yeah.
They own an IT and cybersecurity compliance company. It's just a mess.
That it is. I'm not sure anyone knows how big a mess yet.
Well, anytime it's 5 weeks in and they haven't told you what the problem is,
Yeah, I know.
that tells me they aren't quite sure yet.
Got a lot of things held up.
We didn't talk because Brian was there about the mail incident that they received at the Secretary of State's office. So they're going to be for us recommending procedures on how we need to do things differently because they said we will get targeted. Us counties will get targeted.
Yeah. My man.
So we're going to have to figure out
That's the
some
one where they thought they got fentanyl in a package.
It's an unknown substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't a dangerous one, but and he said
It was
they
just
just
scary.
met with staff on how to do it. On how, since they'd had one and another one come. And just after the meeting, staff broke protocol and opened one that has substances. We're gonna get procedures out and you gotta meet with staff and talk about it. It's about opening mail in a separate room, and in that separate room, it's better if you have an exit out another direction, and so, yeah. So here we go, more processes for elections. But yeah, next year's just gonna be a fiasco.
When did we become so divisive?
Well, I'm sure the state knows more what's going on than they're telling.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're.
The only good news from a technology perspective is the fact that they have some of their data up on standalone terminals up at the office. I saw that last week. So that tells me they had some kind of backup somewhere offsite. So the fact that they can't get anything back up is bad.
Yeah, who knows how long it'll be.
But it's the same as Pot County, they just. You know, when you hire companies just to do your IT and you're not protecting cybersecurity, you're asking for trouble.
Unfortunately, in today's day and age.
Well, I mean. It's pretty common in the Midwest. I have several companies that are outside of the Midwest and inside of the Midwest. It's pretty common in the Midwest for small business to think, well, we're so small.
Not us.
Yeah.
You know, it's even governments in the Midwest, you know, we're so small, we're not a target. That whole Colonial Pipeline thing that happened, that was a ditch digger. That was way down in the supply chain. They got hacked and they had access to systems.
Once you get in
along.
That's what they're looking for.
Hey, how are you? Thanks. I really like to be showering this morning.
Oh, no.
Is it still raining?
Yeah.
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 That's good, it's doing something. It's so dry.
Right.
We got a picture of Tuttle where the rocks are showing so much.
And we were talking about that Friday morning. We went up to officials luncheon, and I think we all agreed it hasn't been down that far for, I can't remember, for years.
And they're saying you can walk out to the tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't actually seen pictures of anybody doing it yet, but Corps of Engineers might not be real happy about that, but
I'm sure somebody's done it.
yeah.
Just to say they've done it.
So what are you drinking? Because it looks really, really good.
My
apology. I'm so sorry. Commissioner Ford. What do you do?
beach train.
Looks really good.
That's my meeting go-to.
It is.
Yes. I can really use it this morning. It's not kicking in just yet. This might be this type of day. I've got so much to do to get ready to leave tomorrow. Yeah.
We go. Bye.
Yeah.
want to say Kentucky.
Yeah.
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 For Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You see,
We were taking a poll the other day, like, what is the favorite dish that you're looking forward to?
Flavor sauce.
me?
Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
I'm frying turkeys this year.
Oh,
Mhm.
brave man.
And they've got a small little hometown bakery there that just an amazing job, like any one of the ones that we have here. And I probably spent a little too much on dessert too. Oh well, carrot cake, bourbon pecan pie, peanut butter pie. We're not gonna go hungry.
Trying to remember which bourbon something.
Bourbon pecan.
We always make a pecan, but man, that bourbon pecan sounds good.
Yeah.
Try to see if I can snag a recipe of sorts. I haven't tried that one, so.
Seem to raise me. I'll gladly let it.
And the season of gratitude, you have to be grateful for dessert,
Yes,
right?
they do like I mean, this is a full 8-inch by, I don't know, it's about like that tall, yeah. It's
Oh, my goodness.
fully decorated.
Picture of that.
Yeah, I will. I certainly will. They do these little like turkey brownies too, or turkey cupcakes, excuse me, where they they're brownie like, and then they decorate it and colored frosting and stuff to blend it in, and they make little turkeys out of them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Thanksgiving is one of those holidays that you almost, the main course is great, but it's really all the sides and stuff that goes with it, right? You know, turkey and ham's great, but just, all the stuff you don't get any other time.
Get to be sitting down and watching very closely how my mom makes the homemade stuffing that she makes, or dressing. I guess it's not going to be in the turkey. Normally it's in the turkey, but you can't kind of do that with the fryer. So I guess it goes from stuffing to dressing, right? So it's,
Well, I think it also depends on what part of the country you're from, whether it's stuffing or dressing or, right? I don't know. When I was in Louisiana.
Intergovernmental's canceled.
yeah, I saw that.
See, intergovernmental's canceled.
Oh, yay.
I
wasn't anything going on anyway. That was kind of.
Google bourbon on my, right? They're on there.
But I want to see what type of bourbon's actually in there. That's the key.
Well, I don't know if it's specified, but it's drink them on there.
Must be the store.
It's
Door and windows, yeah, it's photography, there's no doubt.
Even with beer.
There's pretty chocolate bourbon off the way with that. That might be a little much.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely try to bourbon.
Yeah. I'm not one that feels chocolate goes well with bourbon, just in general.
Depends on how much.
I like them separate, don't get me wrong.
Depends on how much bourbon you've had.
Yeah, that's true. If you do the bourbon first, maybe the chocolate just kind of rolls it. Yeah. Those Lindors might taste good after all.
So, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting a full tour of the county executive building in Hardin County while
Cool.
I'm there, so.
Cool.
Sure.
Isn't that a new building or something?
Newer, I think it's 10 years old or something.
Which for the rules now on the commission meeting, can we video a picture in the room? Do we need video a picture in the room or no?
Oh, gotcha.
As long as you stay back.
Yeah, as long as you just stay back and you can't wander around, just stay in one position, you know,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, you can't walk behind us.
We had people doing that stuff.
We've had people that were like
Coming on the table.
close up one time trying to do that, so
Look at that.
it made us have to adjust our rules a little
Okay,
bit.
but we're okay if we
Yeah.
capture that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Thanks for asking.
Figure better to ask.
Thanks
than-
Yeah, thank
No
you.
problem. I try to be a rule follower.
You know, all rules and regulations are made because of one bad apple, you know, so.
Or in this case, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Who's making games like that?
No, we won't go that far.
Oh, darn, I was about to.
No, just leave it. Just leave it.
Always one.
That goes back to what, 2020 or 2019?
2020.
As if there wasn't enough going on at that point. We get on the video.
It's hard to believe that was 3 years ago.
Well, it was before we were streaming too. That's why.
I don't even remember what it was.
That was the issue, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was here. I was here.
So.
Yeah, I was here too, yeah, but it was because it wasn't streaming live and they wanted that done much from James.
It's just a little compassion and a little patience. We got to that point.
Waters and most moments had happened.
It was a good day to have.
Yeah, and Rosalind Carter passed away
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon.
96.
Yeah. I saw a notice saying that they were taking her to hospice care, and then like 45 minutes later, they just said she passed away. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I thought they were having, like, President Carter was in hospice.
He
care.
has.
He is.
Wasn't he at home doing that?
No,
Yeah.
they took her there to join him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yep.
no,
And there's some articles on there about them today, and I just didn't put it together.
Yeah. 70 something years. Talking about anniversaries. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she got married when she was 18.
Yeah.
She got married when she was 18. I
Passed away at 94, I think it is. I can't do that kind of math off the top of my head.
99.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep, he's 99.
remarking couple.
Yeah.
The work they did with Habitat and
Still, he's been building habitat
houses.
all the way up until like the end of last year. He fell, and that's
Yeah.
what kind of started this decline.
Yeah, she was really a mental health advocate
Mhm.
for many years. So
She was.
some great things.
Us. When I started. So it's like.
Watch the game tonight, Chiefs and Eagles, son. Rematch in Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time for a press
I'll
conference.
have to check that out.
It is.
Okay.
Get the stuff done. So.
Okay, we have a proclamation today for Small Business Saturday. She's like, the president, you want to come forward?
It was like all of us.
You're on camera.
Okay. I might break it.
No surprises.
Okay, Small Business Saturday proclamation. Whereas the small locally owned businesses of Raleigh County are vital to our county's economic health. And whereas locally owned businesses contribute to our unique and vibrant community character. And whereas the U.S. Small Businesses Administration states that small businesses create 66% of net new local jobs. And whereas small business employs 47.5% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas with every $100 spent at a small local retailer, $68 will return to the community through taxes, payroll, and donations to local schools and charities. And whereas public awareness of the contributions made by Raleigh County's local businesses is a key to sustaining a healthy business climate. And whereas the people of Raleigh County are grateful to the small locally owned businesses of Raleigh County for their generous contribution to the quality of life we all enjoy. And whereas we join American Express, the U.S. Chamber, and other local chambers of commerce in supporting America's locally owned small businesses. Whereas the U.S. Senate and local elected officials in all 50 states now champion Small Business Saturday. Now, therefore, we, the Board of Raleigh County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim Saturday, November 25th, 2023, as Small Business Saturday in the county of Raleigh, Kansas, and urge all residents of Raleigh County to join the rest of America and do a portion of their holiday shopping at small, locally owned businesses. In witnesses whereof, we have hereunto set our hands and caused the seal of the county of Raleigh, Kansas, to be affixed this 20th day of November, 2023.
Speech. Just, as I posted on social media this week, shopping at a small business is really shopping for the community because it all goes back into the community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It's yours. It's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good Thanksgiving.
You as well.
Next, commissioners, we have, I'd imagine Shelley, it says Clancy, but Shelley at 9:40.
It does look like he is not here. You can meet today and next Monday.
No, I won't be here next Monday, so.
Well, then I won't have you either then.
It'll be empty over on this side.
But you should be back for the following, it should be back for the following Thursday.
Or you can put a dummy in this chair, it won't change very much.
Left it wide open there, but all.
Yeah,
I filled it in for you back there.
it was, I just, yeah.
We'll see what we can do without him.
It's Thanksgiving.
Guys, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Show will go on. I was more worried about the intergovernmental, which is canceled now.
I didn't think they would hold it.
No, I knew at least 5 people that weren't gonna be there, including myself, so,
Yeah, it's, right before Thanksgiving like that, a lot of people are gone and
They
they
didn't
didn't
have
have a
it.
presentation to.
I was expecting it as well. Fancy's like, you can go if you want to. I'm like, I bet you they're not.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I don't think we did last year either, it fell in the same Thanksgiving was a little earlier, some years it's like a little closer to the 30th and some years
Yeah.
a little, yeah.
It's a hard week to plan meetings. I
It
think,
really
really.
is.
And so many people are traveling.
Christmas, they probably have the same issue at Christmas time. So.
This time of year in general, just between now and the end of the year is I think hard. Is the hardest time of year to plan.
Yeah.
Things. There's just so much.
May as well, everybody may as well just go home.
I'm sure a lot of people would like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we still have to.
Work still has to get done.
I'm always happy when it's over. Back to the days.
Thanksgiving is my husband's favorite holiday.
Is-
It's been mine, I think, here lately, though, the 4th of July. I don't look forward to the travel, but
Yeah.
I've been doing that since about 2016, 2015, 2016 now. This is basically grandmother and mom, the ones in good health. My grandmother, of course, passed away last year, so that was the first year. So after my mom goes, and it's
No reason to go back.
yeah, it's gonna be hard to make that trip again. So I have to figure something else out after that, I guess.
That's kind of where my family is. Once they're, families, immediate family is gone, you just really don't go back.
I used to go to Garden City a lot because that's where I was from, and I used to say I was like I look forward to the time I didn't have to go back, and now that that's getting there, I'm like maybe I spoke a little sooner.
Yeah.
I should have. I don't miss the drive. I don't necessarily miss spending time there other than the family. 4th of July used to be my favorite holiday too on the farm. I used to just have a good old time. All my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Your typical farm family stuff.
Together for a long time. They're all scattered all over the country.
Yeah. My brother's in the Navy. My sister just got out of the Navy. Well, she might still be in the Naval Reserves, but she's not on active duty anymore. So we've been, up until recently, we'd all been everywhere. And then I'm here. My folks are in Idaho now. So my brother's outside of DC now. I miss it when he was in Hawaii. That was where I was with it's like we should have all of our holidays in Hawaii.
Oh, let's go to Hawaii again.
That's like barbecues and pools or something, isn't it?
Pretty much. We did not actually go for Christmas. We talked about it, but we went for 4th of July though, actually. And it was interesting because we went to the 4th of July. I took my niece and nephew to the 4th of July parade in like Wailea Bay. No, maybe it's not Wailea. It was right outside of Honolulu. I don't know, one of the communities right outside. And the entire parade was elected officials. It was an interesting, like there weren't really any other floats. It was, and they had a bunch of them.
Really?
Yes. And so I thought that was very interesting. But they still gave out candy and stuff. And so, they had their little floats and their little cars and, and their signs and stuff. But I would say it was like 80 to 90% elected officials.
Really?
Which surprised me a little bit because that's different than what you see around here. But that seemed to be what they were used to. So everybody, has their own things they do, I suppose. And it was so fun. And then, I saw a few of them on the national stage after that. So I'm like, oh, I remember seeing that person at the parade. So that was, like help put a face to somebody's name or when you would hear something in the news.
Over there. That
was a fun trip.
Shortly.
Everybody in the place.
In that way, really, yeah. And they have that one now. I try to remember that. I don't know, I can go to that love, but I don't always.
Yeah.
Well, if you email Mr. Holman, let him know he was the grand prize winner this week on the football game.
I
Or you
did text him and he said cool.
Yeah.
So
So how many is he?
He conspired with Craig last year to win that.
First one.
That's the first one.
Mhm. Now, everyone at least has.
I did not tell him how close he was.
Even you, Commissioner.
I know, but I had to pick against K-State to do it. I don't really feel good about that.
We can take it off for you.
And actually, I think on my Facebook account, I picked 32 to 28, so I actually got it within.
Clancy's
Total, I think.
Clancy's score, yeah.
So we don't have to pick today, do we? Like Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Well, the team's called Iowa State.
Well, I know.
They're an institution. They grow a lot of corn and they farm a lot of pigs up there. I don't know if that helps or not.
What about the football team?
They've been up and down.
Yeah. The early line that I saw was 11 and a half.
Yeah.
So,
So you better get your score ready, Shelley. At the end of the meeting.
It's 11 and a half.
it's on you. Yeah, it's on
11 and a
you.
half spread.
Oh, we're-
Well, we're down here.
Oh, okay, I was.
We leave for we won't be here for your executive sessions. So,
Okay, it's time for the county council's presentation.
we really don't have a lot to present. Clancy's out this week and most of next week. He did, I think, provide you with a project list, so I'm happy to get up there. And if you have any questions, I'll try to do my best to answer them if I can on that. But
Give me a second. I think I did actually have a question.
Where it is.
I may or may not have an answer, but I'll do the best I can and or get you an answer.
Yes, I did have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Need to see where we're at because I've been asked on this on terms of the county jail inmate and medical care. So the nurse that they're asking for told that that's a contract development with Advanced Health. Is that right?
Advanced Correctional Health, and we are working on that with them.
Okay.
Clancy and myself and Brittany.
I knew you'd been working.
They're working on the logistics, and so yeah, we need to at least be able to give them some kind of an answer, even if we're not at a point where we can commit to anything at this particular point in time.
Yes, he is actively working on it, that I do know. I don't know exactly where they're at in those talks or in the contract review, but they are actively working on it.
Okay, and I think you're working on this issue with animal control.
Absolutely, I'm happy to give you an update on that. And so we are making some progress. I've reviewed the resolution that Craig put together. I think it's really close. I made a couple of tweaks. There's one other thing that I'm looking at doing with it. So I'm hoping to have that in front of you before maybe in December is my goal, is to have the resolution to update our animal code. I do know the city is actually starting to work on updating theirs as well. But upon review, we think that ours are going to be fairly close in a lot of ways. So I think we're good to move forward with what we're doing on that.
Okay.
I've also talked to Prairie Paws and their attorney, Kate. She has sent me some statutes from some other counties that I wanted to take a look at, or some of their resolutions. Because there was one issue that I wanted to address that wasn't in there, which is if we have a dog or an animal bite, right, that there's like great bodily harm, that should probably be handled over at district court instead of through our process here. And so that's what I'm gonna look at. That'd be the only real big change that you'd see from what Craig had put together. And I'm trying to look at that. So she just sent me that on Friday. Douglas County, I know, has a good version of that, and so does Wyandotte. And then she's going to put together a draft contract for us. It'll be after Thanksgiving that she'll get that back to me, but she is working on it. And then I've spoken with one of the assistant city attorneys of the city of Manhattan regarding animal control, and she's going to work on getting together a contract for us on that to bring to you to take a look at. So we are moving in those. So we kind of have 3 different avenues that we're working on. I think the first thing that will come to you is probably the resolution, maybe simultaneously with a contract to look at from Prairie Paws. Those I think will happen fairly quickly. The animal control contract with Manhattan is the one that I think will take a little bit longer to put together, but she is working on it. So. And we had a good conversation on that. I think, I think we're wanting to move in the same direction, at least for now.
Okay. The last one, dealing with the First Christian Church. Is there anything on a time frame for that? Because that's not on the state deal, so it's not.
No, I don't believe so. I do not believe we have gotten their brief yet. I wouldn't definitively say we have it, but I'm not aware that we have
Who's brief?
the other parties.
Okay.
So that's, they had asked for an extension. Those are granted by pretty much a matter of course, at least one, usually two. So I think they're still in that extension period.
What is that extension period? Do you know?
I don't know what they asked for.
Okay.
It could be a month, but I don't know for sure on that. But once they get that in, then Lansky will have some time to look and see whether he needs to make any sort of written response to what they wrote. And then they'll get it either scheduled for oral arguments or they'll make a decision without oral arguments, but we'll eventually get a schedule on when they're going to do that.
Okay.
So it's usually a few months out from once all the briefing comes in. So it won't be before the new year.
I kind of figured that, but
In the
it's
spring at some point, probably.
still a long time for, on the original, I get that, but on an appeal, it shouldn't be taking this long.
Yeah, it's not the fastest moving process in the world. Unless you have an emergency order, even those can be fairly slow. So once they hear it, then they'll render a decision. Usually they do that right around the 60-day time frame. So if they hear it in say February, we probably hear something on a decision around April.
Okay.
But again, that's kind of just a very, very rough timeline. It may end up looking very different than that.
Okay. That covers it for me. Sorry.
But that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Are there any other questions on that you'd like me to attempt to answer? I can see when did he send it out?
What is you? It was in the packet.
It's in the packet.
Oh, it is.
That's right there.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's.
He did discuss it, I think, on Monday, but it was, well, with everything that was going on Monday, it kind of spaced
Yeah, I
out.
think
He did talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there was a specific time frame that we should be focusing on or not, so.
Does Iowa State a better running team or passing?
Ooh, well, it kind of transformed a little bit. They were probably more of a running team earlier in the year, and their quarterbacks kind of picked up the pace a little bit. So they can kind of do a little bit of both. They're still not offensively that great, so they're kind of a little bit like us. They don't really get the ball down the field vertically quite as well. They use a lot of the kind of the tight end, H-back type of players. Got a good offensive line. Quarterback solid. Quarterback can run a little bit too. That's always scares me.
A little bit though. He doesn't run.
No, not very often, but it's always that when he has to, and then you don't know he's running, and then you don't know how to stop it when he does. They're pretty good. They're pretty solid up front on defense, though. So, for what it's worth.
Commissioner, you have 2 executive sessions on personnel at 10. Shelley will not be here, so we can go ahead and start scores if you like. Commissioner Ford, because Shelley's not going to be here later.
Okay.
I was really hoping you'd forget about that because
Yeah.
I have done zero research on this.
We'll forget about a lot of things, Shelley, but that's not one of them.
It usually doesn't matter. It's the people that are well prepared that usually do the best. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I do predict Shelley will win.
Yeah. I'm just going to go 34-24 K-State. I'll be watching the game from Southern Indiana Saturday night.
Greg?
Oh, man, I didn't think about that. I'm just gonna win it. I'll feel good at home this year. I'll still go. It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
And it's an 7 o'clock game, 8 o'clock game for me, but
Yeah, 7. I still think, 40. I said that last couple times, like 45 to 17.
I think we have scored 40 points every time.
Yeah.
Haven't we? I think so.
I think so.
Madam Chair.
Oh, yeah. When's the last time we went into
Oh,
for a season?
no.
Oh, I didn't think
48
about that.
4820.
Senior day, it's cold.
K-State.
In 2012.
Kelly, what do you got?
Assuming that somebody didn't already say this, I was gonna go with 31-27 K-State.
And I had already written down 3528. K-State.
I almost tried to one up you.
I know.
I always do.
That's why I write it down ahead of time so I don't get influenced or change mine when someone says something.
We do have a law board meeting today at noon. We We're just talking about the end of year financials. That's about the only important thing. I don't even know who's all gonna be there.
Well, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving.
You too.
Safe travels.
Yes, same Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Those. Okay, that will work. There is gonna be a Black Friday NFL game this year for the first time.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, evening game. I think there's a Penn State's playing Michigan State.
Michigan, oh, maybe so, I don't know.
So about all this conference reshuffling, you know, one of the games I still miss from back in the days, the Colorado Nebraska game
Oh.
every Black Friday.
Well, now, is Texas, Tech, is that gonna be on Friday? Because it used to be Texas,
Yeah, there always was one.
Texas and A&M was always on Friday, and I think they're doing Tech now.
Wow, that'd be great. We could get. Was it BYU?
This Tech game.
No.
Friday, November 24th, 6:30. Boy, Tech barely beat UCF.
Mhm.
Well, UCF has kind of come,
They've come along.
like I say, since their quarterback came back and kind of took them a few games, but now he's.
Tell you what, I mean,
And I did look, you said that you're related, I found he's not related to the basketball Plumleys.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Good morning, Amanda. How you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
It is kind of an odd, get
Good.
a different name, yeah, not that common,
Mm-mm,
but
it's not. Welcome back. Getting the hot seat set up.
That the one we got wired, does it?
The only time you ever have to worry about these Amanda's when there's a box sitting on Commissioner Ford's desk, and so if there's not a box there, so things ought to go pretty good.
Okay.
Guess I can go get one.
I don't think they need the extra wording.
Oh.
Most people are nervous.
I had a box earlier this morning. I guess I could go back and get that. That was a pretty big box.
I want a
You
big
did.
box. Thank you
Appreciate
so
that.
much. I'm having my coffee, but I'm really looking forward to one of those.
That's my afternoon drink.
Me same.
I think it's a good day to do that, I
I
think,
think so
too.
too, with this rainy weather and
Yeah.
all this. And for me particularly, I need a little extra boost. Yeah, I was excited. And the hardest thing would be just choosing which flavor.
Do they give you a boost? What do they got in them?
I think
To
so.
lift off, it's 55 milligrams of just caffeine, but it doesn't come with the sugar, so it's not
That'll
a
be
rush.
good this afternoon.
And they come with protein.
Mhm.
Good.
So protein actually increases your metabolism just naturally.
I mean, I know quite a few people who drink them and have really positive reviews.
Really increases my
I bet it's good
metabolism
for-
to be bourbon pecan pie.
I heard you guys.
Well, I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you.
I will have pie starting. If I could talk to my wife and let me sneak in a piece Wednesday night all the way for the next week.
You might get down at Bourbon and Baker. They might make one. I don't know.
Oh, my daughter makes all the
Oh,
pies
okay.
from scratch.
Well, then-
Crust. She is.
Just have her pour a little bit in there.
We
It'll be
got
good.
fresh lard from our pigs we slaughtered last February
crust.
down in the fridge for the crust, because the
Well-
crust makes the pie.
Yeah.
So we make black bottom bourbon pecan pie.
What's a black bottom?
So it's got dark chocolate.
Oh, we were just talking about this.
Because they were asking around and I Googled.
We weren't sure whether that sounded good or not.
It was a
It's
chocolate.
to die for. Wasn't sure either, but I made it, I don't know, 20 years ago, and now it's an absolute mess. But it's got the bourbon in it, which gives that, it's good with the pecan, but that black bottom on that, because all the chocolate chips kind of go to the bottom. It's so decadent. It's so decadent, but it has like,
Decadent. Listen to this.
it has more butter in it than you should have in a lifetime probably.
Pecan pie is so rich.
Mhm.
It is. No, I love it.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna text my daughter. Look
Okay.
these up.
We're changing course this year.
It's pretty good. And with your daughter's homemade crust, I can't imagine. I can't make a good crust.
Oh,
First time I made a peanut
My
butter
daughter's so
pie, I'm
good
just
at it.
like, oh man, I may not make another pie again in my entire life.
Just this one.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken those to fundraisers and stuff and I can get $100-$200 out of them.
That's nice.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, peanut butter's nice and rich and
Mhm.
comforting too.
You
Never
use
had a
graham
peanut butter
cracker
one.
crust, whether you make that by hand or not. Some people use an Oreo crust. too,
I've heard that,
but
Yeah, for me, the peanut butters are enough rich.
yeah.
So, yeah. And that's the thing about this black bottom. It is so rich. You just really, it tastes so good, but one piece.
You
one
got a
small
carrot
piece.
cake coming. It's a
Mm.
full on carrot cake, but it's 8 inches. It's about that tall,
Mm.
fully decorated.
And then with that good cream frosting.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
All the way through and in the interior too.
Mhm.
There's a gal in Oldsburg. I can picture her plain as day. She worked at the bank. Her son works at our EMS ambulance department. Just saw him this weekend at a birthday party, but she makes the best carrot cake in the world.
Good carrot cake is
just-
unbeatable.
I mean,
Yes.
it's got the raisins and nuts and
Yeah, I'm trying to like save up for Thursday now. Trying to like starve a little bit just to. I'm gonna put on like 8,000 calories just getting around it.
oh yeah, I'll be having a pie every
Oh,
day,
yeah.
at least one piece of pie every day for the next week.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have turkey, but
I've got an
that's not the
8-pound,
star
11
of the show.
pound, and a 12.
Oh, I love my turkey
fry.
dinner.
I'm okay, but it's not the star for me. Like it's, I think
Yeah.
somebody over here said the sides and the sides.
Yeah, Carla was talking about that.
That's for me.
All I need is turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, and cream corn.
Mhm.
That's all I really need. I
Good
do
mashed
like some
potatoes
sweet
and gravy.
potatoes too.
I like my dressing. That's got to be part of it. Yeah. Outside of that, it kind of.
My wife is a huge stuffing
Oh,
person.
And potatoes have to be homemade too. If you
Oh,
that
yeah,
crap out of the
sure.
box.
Oh, yeah.
There's no point otherwise.
Yeah, I won't do it. I won't do it, period.
What is that food? That's the thing at the Seneca, those mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Those were good.
I thought beans were really good. Green beans.
Yeah.
which is what
Really?
they do these days, but they just usually open a big old gallon can and they're not that
These
good.
ones kind of, they were soft and crunchy and had bacon and something else in there too. Really good.
That's how my
That's a
wife
good
makes them, and I just had them like the night before, so that's why I went with the corn.
Well, while we're waiting, because I was out last week, the ball got dropped. I don't think any of you got your actual evaluation that you were going to evaluate. And so I did make copies. I don't expect you to obviously have it done for these two, but
Oh, yeah, you sent.
I sent an email, yeah, but
Yeah.
it didn't do a printed version
So,
for
that's
everybody. So here's.
I think the one I saw was a draft of the final, but it wasn't, I didn't know if it was the actual final, so, okay.
I've written.
And the last-
I didn't read it.
Well, you're fine. So here's 11 of those because I did tell both of you, I think you said you would be okay with electronic and I did tell
So
both
we're
of you I would get it.
Two today or
Two
three?
today.
Two, okay, because I had to think the rest.
Well, I thought I'd give you all 11. So you have one.
Did you send the electronic one? We just fill
I
it.
think
Can I?
you can.
They'll have to come in and they'll be back to tomorrow.
Okay, so I should have no problem.
And the next one, they will be back with those that we did.
I didn't get final electronic when I put through.
Yeah.
Was that last time?
I'm just being, I told Michelle, originally I'm flexible with everything due to circumstance.
I don't know, was there?
But don't expect them right away, because I'm probably won't get back to this till after I get back.
Yeah. Well, you have hard copies now. You can do what you like and I will send an electronic just in case you want it for all of you. And
Yeah,
I think you have it, but I'll just put it again.
Got it.
I might have missed it.
No, I just mean, I think the one you have is probably.
I know, but I've got it on here somewhere to find it again. But I thought it'd be easier to type them up on there.
I thought so too.
Scribble out my notes here, but
Yeah.
type it up.
Okay, we gotta.
We do our
Gotta get
best to
going.
try to
Yep.
get through it.
We gotta get going. I'm gonna move that the county commission, including Chairwoman Boki, Vice Chairman Ford, and Commissioner Kinley recess into executive session on a performance matter of non-elected personnel to protect the privacy of the employee, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act with Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director. The open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 10:30 a.m.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded to recess into executive session until 10:30 a.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion.
Okay, we're live.
Okay, I move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that the board come out of executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll also move that the record reflect no binding action was taken during the executive session.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that no binding action was taken during executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move that the county commission, including Chairwoman Pokey, Vice Chairman Ford, and Commissioner McKinley, recess into executive session on a performance matter of non-elected personnel to protect the privacy of the employee, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act with Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director, and the open meeting to resume in the commission chamber at 11 a.m.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to recess into executive session until 11 a.m. All in favor? Aye.
Microphones are live.
We'll go ahead then and move that the county commission out of executive session.
Second.
So moved and seconded that the county come out of executive session. All in favor? Aye.
I'll also move that the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session.
Second.
And it's been moved and seconded that the no consensus was reached during the executive session.
It technically clean up.
Oh. I know.
What now?
Did ask for cleanup, that's reaching a consensus, correct?
Oh, what do you, we didn't do that on the other last motion.
Well, we didn't ask for anything consensus, but this one we did.
So the consensus was continued.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay,
Right.
all right.
So. Okay.
We did, yeah.
Moved and seconded that consensus was reached during the executive session.
All
All in favor?
right. If we ask for something specific, that's
Okay,
consensus.
all right.
It's not binding, yeah.
Okay. Let's see, that concludes our business for today. You have the board meeting.
Yeah, I'm running the show today because several people, including the chair, is out, so it should be interesting. We're talking about end of the year expenditures, where they should go or not go, or so on and so forth. Other than that, pretty standard stuff. Should be all right. So,
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
yeah, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we adjourn the November 20th meeting of the Riley County Commission.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting of the November 20th meeting of the Board of Riley County Commission.